There are some fragrances that I classify to be gateway fragrances into the realm of niche perfumery. They have that designer, easy to love, mass appealing smell to them, but they also have that niche authenticity and construction to them. And honestly, the brand of Creed could be a gateway house. They have quite a few fragrances that kind of fit that mold. Today, I am looking at one from their even higher end line, and it's called Jardin D'Amalfi. And this is everything you need to know in 7 pulse points. Welcome back to the Pulse Points channel. This is the channel where I'll tell you everything you need to know about a fragrance in 10 pulse points or less. So pulse point number 1. As I mentioned, this to me is a gateway fragrance. To me, this is like maybe the benchmark gateway fragrance into niche perfumery or just high-end fragrances in general. This is a mass appealing, easy to love scent, but ultra high end quality. If you're looking for a higher level experience, you're looking maybe to upgrade some of the stuff that you're wearing, I would say start here. If you're not intrigued by how this fragrance is constructed, how it smells, if this doesn't move you to try to search out or experience those higher level scents, then continue with your regular scheduled programming. Save your coins. Pulse point number 2. The notes in here are very authentic. The note that I'm really thinking of that really jumps out to me is the tangerine note that's in this. It's almost like you've peeled a fresh tangerine or orange or some sort of citrus fruit that kind of fits into that, and you kind of peel back the skin and you kind of get a fine mist of citrus. That's what this reminds me of in the opening. Pulse point number 3, the blend in this is top notch. One of the best blends I've smelled in a fragrance. This blend is so smooth, and the only way I can describe it is round. It doesn't have any harsh edges to it, which kind of maybe sounds weird talking about a fragrance, but it's a very rounded, smooth blend. It almost comes across creamy. It's so smooth, which there's nothing in this that would be providing any creaminess, no vanilla or resins or anything like that, but it's so well blended, it comes across almost creamy. If I had to describe the smell of this in one word, I would say elegant. Pulse point number 4. So what makes this fragrance stand out? What's the start of the show, if you will? To me, it's a blend of a bright, transparent apple with the hint of spice. And I've also heard, I've never been to the Amalfi Coast, but I heard that this fragrance represents the Amalfi Coast perfectly. Pulse point number 5. Now, the packaging is pretty typical with other Creed fragrances if you ever smell them. The paper, you can tell, is a high quality. It actually has some embossing in the paper. It's like stamped embossing. It also has a bit of a foil stamp on the pattern, kind of here in the center. There's texture to where the logo is, and a different texture, more laminated or silky texture around the logo. I think just quality packaging overall, not over the top like some brands will have. And of course, you have all your leaflets of authenticity on the inside, and a little bit about the brand itself and kind of the history of the brand. So again, nice, not over the top with the box or the packaging. Now, the bottle itself is something that you really want on your shelf. The glass itself has a raised texture to it, that same I don't know if that's a fleur-de-lis or whatever that pattern is that's on the box itself is also stamped across the bottle. And then there is this gold, I don't know, coin like thing that's on there, which surprisingly seems really solid. And this says, if you can read it, gilded with 10 karat fine gold. Cap, actually the cap is pretty, I think it's just plastic. Nothing really to write home about that particular aspect of it. Sits nicely on top. If I can show you a little bit about the sprayer itself, good little distribution of spray. So post point number 6, be prepared for sticker shock. This is not a cheap fragrance by any stretch of the imagination. Prices are already niche prices and quite frankly, probably a top tier niche price point. And this is their exclusive line. And so the 75 ml for this is $545 at the time of this recording. And the 250 ml is just under $1,000 at $9.95. I don't think there's any fragrance out there that's quote unquote worth that price. And that's why, even though this is a gorgeous fragrance, it's a beautiful fragrance, it's a versatile fragrance. If you're starting your niche journey, I say start by smelling this, not necessarily by buying this. Post point number 7 and my final post point. If I had to have 1 scent for summer, this would be a strong candidate for just being that one fragrance that I wear all the time. It's very versatile. It really does evoke images or feelings of being outdoors in a warm climate. And like I said previously, I've never been to the Amalfi Coast, but I hear that this fragrance is a good representation of the Amalfi Coast, which is the inspiration for this fragrance. If you have any experience with Jardin D'Amalfi, let me know down in the comments what you think about it. And as always, I will see you guys in the next vid. Peace.